Good day, everyone, and welcome to another exciting vocabulary lesson. This is Mr. Stitt, and today we're going over week 12 for my 8th grade students. Here's a list of the words this week. Dank, disdain, dilapidated, skittish, primal, and deluge. So let's go ahead and jump into the first word and figure out what it means. The first word this week is dank, and dank is an adjective, so it describes something, and it means unpleasantly damp or wet. So as you can see in this image here, the weather is very dank outside. It's wet, it might be humid, it might be rainy, but anytime something is very damp or wet. Like I might say in a sentence, the basement of my grandfather's house was very dank because it was always wet with moisture. So that's a great use of the word in a sentence. And synonyms of dank might be damp, humid, muggy, steamy, sticky, or wet. Dank. The next word this week is disdain. Disdain. And it's a noun. It's something that you might have, or it could be a verb if someone is disdaining your behavior. And it means to regard with scorn, contempt, or frustration. So I want you to think of disdain as like maybe a mother or father who's very disappointed in you. Maybe you did something that was unwise or selfish. They might have disdain for that behavior, or scorn or contempt. The man in this image here, you can see has a kind of a furrowed brow and a blank stare. It kind of illustrates that idea of disdain. He's disappointed in you. So synonyms might be contempt, dislike, hatred, scorn, mean, nasty, or disapproving. Disdain. The next word this week is dilapidated. Dilapidated. And this is an adjective, so it describes a person or place. And it means falling apart or ruined. Run down. So as you can see in this image here, there's a lot of debris on the ground, and this building is barely standing because it's so dilapidated. So synonyms of the word would be battered, decaying, dingy, ramshackle, rickety, shabby, or unkept. So a building could be dilapidated, a house could be dilapidated, someone's outfit you could technically describe as dilapidated. Maybe their outfit is a little bit run down and unkept. So anytime something is falling apart or run down, that is dilapidated. The next word this week is skittish. Skittish. Now this is an adjective, so it describes something, and it means extremely nervous and easily frightened. So as you can see, this cute little kitten, he's kind of got his ears pinned back, and he looks like he's kind of leaning away from whatever it is that he's looking at. He's very skittish. He's frightened. So I might say the kitten was skittish towards the larger dog as it barked in its face. So anytime you're skittish, you might be skittish around heights. I know my wife, she gets very afraid of heights, so she gets very skittish. You might be skittish around a certain group of people that make you nervous. Just anything that makes you nervous would make you skittish at the same time. So synonyms of this word would be edgy, fearful, fickle, jumpy, nervous, excitable, high-strung, or sensitive. Skittish. The next word this week is primal. Primal. Now this is an adjective, so again, describing something. And anytime you describe something as primal, you're referring to it as the original, dating back from the beginning of existence. So I have an image here of kind of the traditional idea of cavemen, right? They have their loincloths and they're burning fire, and they have sticks and wood that they're rubbing together to make fire. That's very primal, the original, dating way back to the beginning of time. So I might say the men in the image are very primal because they're starting a fire with only sticks and rubbing them together. Very primal. So synonyms of the word primal would be ancient, early, fundamental, old, original, past, prehistoric, or primitive. Primal. The next word this week is deluge. Deluge. So this is a noun, so it could be a thing, or it could be an adjective, so something you describe. And a deluge is a flood, or it could be an overwhelming rush of something. So a deluge can happen when it's raining. The rain could be so overwhelming that it's causing a deluge. Or as you can see in this image here, this is a deluge or a flooding of a neighborhood. So I might say, the deluge last night flooded the entire neighborhood. So that in that instance, I'd be using it as a noun. And I might say, this neighborhood was deluged by rain last night. So again, it doesn't have to always be rain. It can be in a figurative sense, like it could be an emotional type thing. Maybe you're struck with a deluge of sadness. Oh, you're so sad. Or a deluge of happiness. Maybe you just had the most amazing day. You got to go to a theme park, you won the lottery, and you got to talk to a long-lost friend. That was a deluge of happiness. So synonyms of this word would be avalanche, barrage, torrent, overflow, or rush. Deluge. Well, thank you so much for joining us. This is a summary of our Week 12 words for my 8th grade students. And the words are dank, disdain, dilapidated, skittish, primal, and deluge. Like I said, thanks again for joining us, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!